value-added activities that only reap marginal benefits, primarily because they are entrepreneurs out of necessity and not of opportunity. About 80% of women in Ghana are engaged in various economic activities. That tells us that we women are not lazy. We would work if we want to and if we have to. And predominantly operate in the small to medium scale sectors of the economy. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, women make up about 50.5% of the workforce. The service also tells us that the Ghana Living Standard survey in 2014, that the formal sector employs only 6.2% of women, and 3.3% of the public sector. Of these 6.2%, 3.3 are in the public sector and 2.9 in private sector. That tells us how woefully underrepresented we are. There are many studies that have shown that investing in women has a multiplier effect. Hence, there is the need to focus on the contributions women make towards the acceleration of our economic development and inclusive growth. Women reinvest in their communities, they reinvest in their families, they empower people, and that's what we mean when we talk about the multiplier effect. In spite of this fact, women still face great challenges and have to grapple with the many constraints in raising funds and mobilizing revenue that set them back in the pursuit of entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. According to the World Bank, only 47% of women globally have access to formal financial institutions and saving mechanisms, making access to credit a critical challenge for women in business. For many of you women entrepreneurs and others who are not present here, access to capital and other economic resources are your main barriers. This is due to a number of reasons, not limited to lower level of education and financial literacy, lower income levels, lack of tangible assets or collateral, legal constraints, time and mobility constraints, sociocultural constraints, and a lack of market exposure. Fortunately, these challenges are not insurmountable, and efforts are being made by government to address some of these in the short, medium, and long term. We know that education is essential to women's economic empowerment and can reduce intergenerational poverty. Educated women tend to be more productive and contribute better to socioeconomic and political decision-making. Unfortunately, there's still a gap to be filled with regards to girls being educated. Government's free SHS policy will create the opportunity for more girls to have access to education and consequently improve their potential to earn more and increase their odds of entrepreneurial success.